TAJIN. I'm from Florida, and I feel like everybody has always said TAJIN. But maybe that wasn't everybody. I don't know. TAJIN. I looked up the correct pronunciation for it. TAJIN. TAJIN. Somebody comment below. Tell me how dumb I am. Here we go. So, we're making TAJIN guacamole today because it is amazing. And if you haven't had it before, you should definitely have some. You can literally put it on fruits, vegetables. I just introduced this guy to it. What did you think of it?
It's good.
Yeah? That's all you, that was very descriptive.
Tastes like lime.
Before we get started today, and make this guacamole, I do have to note that I'm real sorry, but I got this little finger condom, whatever you call them. It wasn't because I had an injury prepping any of this stuff. It was an injury from one of our loving little fur babies. But anyways, okay, so let's just start. I've already cut up some avocados to spare you guys some of the time. And then I'm going to do the last one here. I think I did 4. There is not an exact recipe for this. So please just, I mean, you can literally put so much stuff in guacamole. I've seen people put salsa in it. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, maybe not any. Don't put Lucky Charms.
What do you put in your guacamole?
Don't put Lucky Charms. Don't put Lucky Charms in your guacamole.
Do
what you wish. Make your heart happy. So, I'm just going to cut this avocado. I almost said I'm going to cut this guacamole.
We're cutting the guacamole.
I just cut it in half. I got lucky with this one because the seed was in one half of it. And so literally, when I'm making guacamole, I just fling it all over the table like that. No. I squish it out. I got a trash bag there you guys can't see. So we're going to fling the seed out. Usually I'd hit it hard like this and crack it in there and move it all about. But it didn't take that today. So that was kind of nice. And then when you have the side with the seed, I just kind of cut down there, squish it all out of the insides. Because if I don't need to make it pretty, then why? I'm just going to squish it here in a second. And I have like a little dark looking piece here, so we're just going to cut that out. Of course, all the ones I cut before I saw you guys had none of those dark pieces in it. So, I just take a fork. Other people probably have other methods that are very real and official and culinary-like, but we're just going to take a fork today. And while I mash this up, I would love for you to tell them your first experience about guacamole last year. When we first started dating, I got this call.
So, yeah, I attempted to make guacamole one day last year, and what no one failed to tell me was...
You mean what everyone failed to tell you?
Okay, what everyone failed to tell me...
He'd never asked me.
Well, no, I didn't ask because I didn't know to ask.
He said, oh, I'm making guacamole tonight. And I said, oh, you're fancy. How do you make your guacamole?
Well, the key to good guacamole is to make sure that your avocados are ripe. I bought avocados, had no clue about avocados being ripe, and I started cutting these bad boys, and I'm like, why are these things so hard to cut, so hard to get scooped out? And I'm sitting here just working away, and I'm like, this just ain't cutting. Yeah.
It was so funny.
So then I find out about ripe avocados, and once I learned that trick,
he's been
downhill from there.
Pro ever since. So basically, you just mush up your avocados, get them to kind of a nice consistency. You can kind of see there in the bowl. I mean, it literally just takes a few minutes. So this is where you can do all kinds of variations. I get asked about my guacamole recipe like every time I take it somewhere, and every time it's different. Because I never know what I'm going to put in there.
She never makes the same thing twice.
I really don't. So, basically, you have all this.
But everything she makes is delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Works.
Oh, thanks so much. You're so great. I've got a lime here. So, I just roll it with the cutting board. No, I just roll it a little bit. Usually, if I was real professional, I'd have like a damp towel underneath this cutting board. So, it didn't roll with me, but I thought, man, we're not doing too much today, so I'll just do real quick with this and not worry about it. So I've got my lime here. I just cut it in half. I rolled it to kind of get the juices flowing. And then I just squeeze a little bit on top of it. Nothing at all scientific about that. Not even a little bit. Just squeeze you a little bit on there. See how much I pinched it? Maybe you can go by that. So I set that aside. I have some minced garlic here. I would use fresh, but this stuff's pretty good. Again, maybe a half a teaspoon of fresh garlic, I would say. And I just dump that in there. This is the kind in olive oil, just happens to be what I have on hand, but you can certainly use the kind in water or anything else. Just give that a good mix.
And you really have too much garlic? Some people would say
not in this household.
Not in.
Your dad would say yes.
Probably.
He don't like it, the garlic. Not too much anyways. He can handle it in some stuff, I think. And then, maybe I should have done this onion first too, but I'm just going to do a rough chop on that. And will you grab the salt and pepper for us, babe? If you would be so kind. You're the bestest. And I'm just gonna do, we don't have a huge batch of guacamole. Like I said, I had maybe about like 5 avocados. So I'm just gonna see what we got here with a half onion. Try not to lose any more pieces of my digits today.
Great chopping job.
Oh, thank you. Probably should have used gloves, but you know, we're just eating it. And I washed my hands before this, so I feel alright about it. So I'm going to mix that in. Oh, I forgot one more thing. I know you love me a lot. You'd be totally willing to go get me one more thing. I have that cilantro in the fridge.
We can get the cilantro over there.
Sorry.
Be right back.
Thank you. So I know with a lot of them, they're like very simple. Sometimes I made it with just some fresh jalapeno, a little bit of salt, a little bit of lime juice, and some red onion. Done. Today we're putting a little more stuff in here. Also, if you don't have the lime juice, you can literally use this TAJIN stuff because it is so tangy and so spicy, and it just works perfectly with it. So I also have some tomatoes here that I've already diced. Thanks so much. Are you like the brand ambassador for the cilantro? This is Aldi cilantro, please. So I'm just gonna rip some off. Some people love this, some people hate it. We like it in this household, so we use it. I'm gonna rip some off, and I'm gonna go with a rough chop on that. Also not measured, because we don't measure nothing around here. Just a rough chop. And then we're going to season this puppy up. Alright. Anybody else make a mess with their cooking? By the way, I got this cutting board at Aldi, I think, actually yesterday, because all of ours were stained and kind of looking funky, which is fine, but this one was so pretty, and so I needed it, and so we got it. Alright. So we're just going to mix that cilantro and tomatoes in. And she's coming together. And then I saw this, not something I normally do, but I recently met a lady who puts just a tiny bit of sour cream. She said it helps it stay fresher and it makes it just a little bit of creamier. A little bit of creamier.
Little bit of creamier.
It's just a little bit of creamier.
Standard English.
Yes.
In the South.
So, we're just going to mix that into it. I don't like it like, I don't know, some of that store stuff is like just straight cream, or straight sour cream, I feel like. But I feel like this little bit, the one that I tried from her, was just awesome. So, we're going to give that a whirl. We're going to put a little pepper. A lot of pepper for this guy. He's a pepper lover. And yes, I do have an automatic pepper grinder because it's easy and I'm lazy like that. Also some salt. And then we're in for the win with the TAJIN. TAJIN. You don't have to say it.
TAJIN. Pronounce it however you like.
So we're gonna mix some of that in. I just sprinkle it to where I can see it on the top of it. And then I like to put a little Cholula. Today I have a little bit of lime Cholula. Occasionally I put in taco seasoning. I put in a little chili powder. I put in a little cumin. It's just really up to your taste buds. I've also used like Valentino for this. But this gives it a little bit of flavor depth in my opinion. And so, there you have it. This extra like guacamole. Put some more green stuff on top. Make it look kind of pretty. However you want to serve it. Throw some tomatoes on top of there and have people dip out of there. Let's get a close up so you guys can really see what this looks like. And then we'll give it a taste try.
Yummy!
So, we've got it here. And we're going to give it a try. Do you want a corn chip or do you want a fork? Weapon of choice.
Let's get it all flavor first.
Alright, let's go for full flavor.
See what the flavor is before you eat.
Also, if this isn't very salty or something like that, just keep in mind that all these flavors are going to marry together, especially if you're going to leave it in the fridge like overnight or something. I would consider refrigerating it for like a few hours before you're going to go to a party or something like that, just so all those flavors can kind of meld together, that onion and garlic. Mm-hmm. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good stuff. Really good stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep, we just had the bowl twice. Same fork. But it's just us eating it. So, like I said, so many variations that you can do with it. So many things. But, for now, that's our guacamole today. Thanks for watching, and take care.
Check us out soon. Bye.
Subscribe.